Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast on GCC with the theme From Ledgers to Global Leadership. Myself, CA Sanjeev Sanghi, the Central Council member and convener of the group to promote India as accounting GCC, and I have with me CA Jay Chairia, who is also a Central Council member, member of this group, and also the chairman of Professional Skills and Enrichment Committee of ICAI. A very pertinent question, sir, which is discussed in this entire summit is about the mindset, the skills, and the required tools. You leading from the front on the skills, how and what skills are required to make our membership GCC ready?
Sanjeev bhai, this is a very important question. Fortunately, the last session that I headed, that was on mindset, skill set, tool set. And what I said there is that you have the right skill set, then probably tool set automatically will come in.
Yes.
Similarly, if you have the right mindset, skill set will also come automatically.
Right.
So first and foremost thing is the mindset. Rather than having a mindset of being a local player and confining somebody to only one or two domains, it is very essential that one has to look afresh. See, any profession has to be very sure time to time, it has to look at it, what is happening globally, right? And what are the new things emerging? First and foremost thing is the U attitude. That is what a client requires. What is the industry that requires, right? If a chartered accountant can identify that and in accordance with that, it will upskill himself, then for sure, he can serve it. So in nutshell, we say that value addition, where most important thing is the other person, the client, how it will enhance. And many times one interesting thing happens, even the client does not know that this is possible. Right. So rather we have to be proactive, we have to tell him that these are the new things we can do for you. When the chartered accountants have this skill set, they will go far ahead.
I think we need to be more proactive, more a problem solver, and more strategist than just a compliance person to say yes, we can do these. So great. Coming straight to the point, sir, and I'm used to asking a little tough questions. Is how you, as a chairman of Professional Skills Enrichment Committee, ICAI is going to work, making chartered accountants and CA firms GCC ready.
Well, I prefer tougher questions only, and that's why I'm sure you also prefer the same way. That's why you join CA.
Yes.
Right? Consider to be the tough course. Well, Professional Skills Enrichment Committee is a very crucial, very important committee. What we are doing is, we are having physical programs at various cities, but along with that, webinar series is there. And what we are looking at it. See, chartered accountants, when it comes to domain expertise, they're excellent. Income tax, they are the best. GST, they are excellent. International tax, wonderful. So on all these aspects, audit or company law or whatever, chartered accountants are good. That does not mean you have to be complacent. You have to keep on improving upon your domain expertise. But another very important aspect is the other skill set. Like, are we thinking about branding? Are we talking about persuasive communication? Not just routine communication, persuasive communication.
Team building.
Conflict resolution, delegation, team building, right? Networking, and that also natural networking. So these are some of the important aspects. So what we are doing is, we are planning for a series of 100 webinars in this year.
Wow.
100 webinars where we'll be talking about emotional intelligence. We'll talking about managing the team. And very crucial, which people might not immediately realize, managing self. Yes. The most important.
Yes.
If you can manage yourself, you can manage everything.
That's why you also are chairing the committee called Work-Life Balance.
Yeah, work-life balance, that is another very important thing. Because unless there is a good balance, unless you are physically fit, you are mentally fit, probably you cannot be productive to the extent it should be.
Correct.
So that is what we are focusing at as of now.
Now another tough question for you is, at one point of time, this is a question which I'm asking most of the person who I'm doing podcast with is, at one point of time we say we need the skills, we need the mindset, the tool set, knowledge, all of that. So we are talking about something boutique, if we put it in that way, specialization and all of that. In other aspect we talk about size. So how do you balance that? Like at one point you say, we want to go to tier 2 and tier 3. You have a knowledge, you have a skill. Let's say a chartered accountant sitting in a tier 3 city, have all the requisite knowledge. You have all these professional skills, learn all the tools. How much is size important to it?
Size, of course, is very important. But the answer will be different for different people.
Okay.
There can be Indian restaurant with 400 items, that is also right. And there can be a McDonald's with one item.
Correct.
So a person in his initial career has to dirty his hands in a few aspects. So you have to try with some 4 or 5 fields, because only after that exposure you will come to know what suits you. But as a thumb, of course, size matters, because only with the right size you can invest into good infrastructure, you can invest into good HR, you can invest into good softwares, and overall you can have a vision, and it makes it interesting. When it is confined to a local boundary, it's interesting, of course, but when it goes beyond the boundary, when it becomes national and then it goes global, then it becomes still more interesting, because you have different cultures in different part. It gives you new challenges, it gives you new learning. It is not only about improving in financial terms, it is about bringing the potential out of it.
Correct.
So I think size is very important.
So just taking the cue of that, an additional question to this is, the skills are important, size is important. What comes first? Skills come first. The mindset come first. Then the size become important. The only last cue which I wanted to know is that how do you bridge this from, first getting the skills to getting to that size?
So first and foremost thing is, along with the requisite skills, one very crucial thing is vision. If the captain of the ship does not know to which port he is steering, no wind is favorable to him.
Correct.
So vision. I think more and more we have to discuss as leaders. See, it is said that leaders create leaders. That is what you are doing in GCC, right? Why did you take the pains for last 75 days to create this grand event for the first time in India? You envisaged. Correct. So vision. Somebody had a vision like you visualized. We all joined you to support.
Correct.
Right? So the same way, if the vision is properly built, then only the skills can be utilized. Say you have the best equipments at your home, but you don't know how to use it, correct, where to use it, then they are just routine equipment. Correct. Similarly, you might be equipped with all the skills, but if vision is missing, then probably the skills cannot be used. So there have to be sessions on vision. Correct. And one very important thing, we have seen certain programs where the program focus on self-awareness.
Correct.
So if a chartered accountant is self-aware about his potential, it is like आपको और मुझे जामवन बनना है और उस हनुमान को उनकी शक्ति के बारे में बताना है. And probably that is what you are doing.
What a concluding remarks. And I think just one last question before we end is what is that one piece of advice we want to give to our fellow members, especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3? Like again, why I'm repeating Tier 2 and Tier 3, because that's where the future is. That's where GCC is going to stay. That's where every people are looking forward to invest. What is that one piece of advice you want to give to your membership?
Well, according to me, first and foremost thing is, if you are in Tier 3, well, you have a wonderful life, right? Simple, wonderful life. You don't have too much of transportation all. Then at least have some partnership with someone in Tier 2.
Correct.
Right?
Wow.
So that, you get that exposure also. You have the benefit of a luxurious life, a peaceful life at Tier 3 city. Along with that, you get the opportunities for Tier 2. Because see, if you are chosen to be a chartered accountant, you have a hunger to do something correct, more important, correct, which from Tier 3, you will get to Tier 2. If you are in Tier 2, do the same thing with Tier 1. If you are in Tier 1, do it globally. So what will happen, initially, you will develop yourself. And after that, today in this world of technology, internet and all, there is nothing like Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, then everything would disappear. But you have to start with 3 to 2, from 2 to 1, and like that.
And last but not least, attend GCC Summit.
Of course, attend GCC. Because such a wonderful summit organized, it has to be attended.
Thank you so much, Jay sir, for a wonderful deliberations. We want to cut this and we want to say thank you for a lot of guidance you have given, and we look forward for a lot of efforts which you are going to take in professional skills enrichment and work-life balance, because I think both of these committees are going to really work a lot towards the growth of GCC in our country. Thank you.
Thank you.
For all your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you.